What is up, everyone? So I am really excited. This video is not, I didn't script it ahead of time or anything because they came and brought it at 8 a.m. in the morning. I was thinking it was going to at least be the afternoon, but I have my Nintendo Switch 2 that I pre-ordered right here. And this is just already such a crazy experience because you can see I pre-ordered it from Walmart, but it actually has, I did not order Pringles or a orange cream Coca-Cola. I did not order these items. So my assumption is that Walmart put these items in the bag to make it look like it was a normal shopping order, so that the DoorDash or whoever delivery people wouldn't start stealing Nintendo Switch 2s. So, but this is literally the coolest anti-theft thing that I've ever seen before. I just get a free thing of Pringles cheddar cheese. So you know what? I'll take it. I won't take this though. This is nasty. So, but let's go ahead and get this right out of the box. Look at that. Switch 2, not even, you can't see it yet. I have to take it out. But I do have my original Switch 1, assuming that it's needed for the transfer process. And I got my knife. So let's open this up. I might not even need the knife for this part. Oh, look at that. Nintendo Switch 2. Wow. That is crazy. That's okay, so this is really weird, honestly, because from the videos from everyone else, I was really thinking that this Switch, the Switch box, was way bigger than this. This is a Mario 8-bit amiibo in comparison. It's really not as big as I initially thought that this was gonna be. And at first I was like, well, how is there another game in here? And then I forgot. It's just a digital game download. So, wow, okay. Well, let's go ahead and get this open. They do have something here. Sorry, I think I knocked the camera a second ago. Let's take that off. Is there any other? Well, hold on, that's opening it from the bottom. Is that the only, okay, no, that is how you're supposed to open it, sorry. All right, let's see here. What is I have no idea what the inside's gonna look like. Oh wow, look at that. The screen is so big. Holy crap. I know that it was supposed to be bigger, but I didn't it didn't fully hit in my head how much bigger. This is the original Switch in comparison. Look at that. It's that much bigger, the console itself. And because the bezels are smaller, the screen is so much. This looks like such an ancient piece of crap in comparison. Look at how large the bezels are on this stupid thing. And now we have this. Wow, that is just crazy. But I'm gonna look at these Joy-Cons first, because I've been really interested in these and how they'll work. So, okay, let's take this out. Okay. It's definitely still plastic. I do have to say, it definitely has a better feeling though than these, because I know that I've had these for longer, but these kind of have I almost want to say a smoother feel to them, and these are, they're still smooth, but maybe it's just because they're newer. I don't really know how to explain it. Oh wow. I really like that they made these buttons actually bigger. because now I feel like this feels amazing. If you were playing Mario Kart and holding it like this, when you used to have to hold it like this was like I don't want to burden myself with having to buy more Joy-Cons, or I don't want to spend $90 or whatever they were to get another one, so I'm just going to deal with it like this. That sucked. I can legitimately see this actually being pretty comfortable to play with, because these buttons have this really good tactile feel, and the controller itself is a little bigger. I can still see, you can still see my fingers arching a decent amount on that, but otherwise this feels really good. And this must be the release button on the side here. Huh. You can kind of see that mechanism right there going up. So that's really interesting. But I really like the way that these feel. They made the top buttons much larger, so I don't think you really needed them to be easier to press, but I guess it's nice to have. And these joysticks feel completely different. I know that it came out that they weren't using the Hall effect, whatever, but this feels like the cheapest mechanism on the old one. This actually feels like nice and smooth. Like I used to have this issue on this old one when you were playing a game, especially Breath of the Wild, where you're holding forwards, and I feel like my finger would like slip like this on it. This just feels so much more smooth, and I feel like, at least from my initial impression, that I can get so much better of a grip on this. Let me just check out the other Joy-Con, because it's going to be essentially the same thing. But we have that C button there, which honestly I was really excited for when they didn't reveal what the functionality was for that, and then it just ended up being stupid Discord, but not Discord. So, I don't really care that much about it anymore. But I guess here's where we get to the actual console. Oh, wow. It's actually like it's got a little weight to it. It's not too much heavier than the original one, but it definitely has a little more weight. I could definitely see if you were ever somebody who held it up like this or something, like in bed, and were like playing on it, and you ever, this felt a little heavy after a while, your arms are gonna get exhausted holding this up like with your arms raised, because this definitely has some more weight to it. But let's see here. Oh my god, that screen is just incredible looking. I can just tell just from looking at it how much higher quality it is. And we've got the speaker grills, I assume, or ventilation. Everything on this device genuinely seems higher quality. I'm curious about, oh wow. These actually have a, and I don't want to mess with this because I don't want to break it, but these actually have a little bit of give to them. So, and I heard somebody else say this, so they actually have some give, so it means that when you put the Joy-Cons in there, it's going to be less likely, I guess, that it's going to snap off, because it's not just some, like, strictly held together thing that, like, just one wrong movement somehow in there and it's just going to snap. So that will probably be really good. Wow. That is just incredible. Sorry, I got up. I wanted to make sure it's still recording. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm curious about the kickstand. Okay, it kind of feels, it actually, like, if you've ever used an OLED switch, this is actually harder to move than that kickstand. So this definitely will stay in place. There's no way, because I have to put like a pretty good amount of force on this to move it. I know this isn't a stable surface, but yeah, there's no way that even when I said that the weight of this product was higher, there's no way that these stands don't hold that weight up. Got the USB-C port there, and they did add the one on the top, so that's really nice. Headphone jack, that's probably the air vents. Power, volume, so that's still all sort of similar. And then I'm trying to see the, oh, okay. Well, that's the game card slot. It's got this pull-out design on it. It really feels like they've engineered everything in general to just be higher quality than it was on the previous console. Because, like, this is the previous console, right? I mean, I don't even have to tell you this, but everyone knows that the kickstand is a piece of crap, right? But even the game card slot, like, it was a very similar sort of design, but, like, honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably tear this out right now. But, you know, obviously, I don't want to do that. But I guess let's see what else is available in here. Okay, so that's the Mario Kart World full game download code. So that's very interesting. I'm glad that they have that crossed off, because I might release this video before I actually get to that. I don't know. Might do that in this video. I don't know. Ooh, HDMI ultra high speed. Okay, for a second I thought that was like it said in a video on it, but okay, so we've got the HDMI cable. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it for 5 years, but it looks very similar to the other one. It's got this different sort of plastic on it. It's clearly made somewhere else probably. So let me set that aside. I'm curious about these though. These are the, oh yeah, and we have to get to the Joy-Cons like clicking onto the console, but let's finish the unboxing here. So we've got, I'm curious how this works. So what do we just, oh, okay. So it magnetizes on. You can definitely pull that one off. That one's clearly not designed to stay hooked on, but it is easier to take off if you press the button, but you can definitely pull it off. So that's interesting. I was a little worried about this material. I guess that will do good, like being like a mouse, but I'm not completely sure. Let me get this off. Okay. And then obviously this is just going to be the same thing. These I feel like are going to get lost, like just kind of like the ones that they had for the Switch one. I feel like these are probably going to get lost like by the end of the lifetime of this console. I feel like I'm not going to know where these are, but who knows, maybe I will. These definitely, like, because they don't have as much, like, they still have a big footprint, but because they're physically not as like thick or anything, that might make it more likely that you use them. But then of course they always have to put this stupid cable. Okay, so this must be the thing that you slide the Joy-Cons into. Okay, so that's interesting. And you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Joy-Cons in this because I'm curious how the mechanism is going to work. So I'm assuming it's the same sort of magnet thing. Oh wow. Yeah, no, that thing is not coming out. Oh, yes it is. Did I press the button? Or did I just... Oh, okay. So in all of the reviews, they were making it seem like you literally could not pull these Joy-Cons out no matter what unless you press the release button. The release button just makes it easier. there's no reason why you can't just pull this out, because I just did it. I'll even pull it from the bottom. Like, see how it came out like that? So it's definitely something that you can still pull out, and there's kind of, you can see these gaps in, but I'm not sure if you can really tell on the camera if I don't have this angled well, but there's definitely like little gaps here. So that's interesting, but let me see how this feels. I'm really not sure how I feel about this. You definitely have more of a real estate here, but it still definitely feels, I actually feel like this is not as smooth. Like, I feel like this is kind of messing up the experience for me a little bit when using this as the controller. Like, I can see that this wouldn't possibly be as comfortable, and this is kind of something that's irritated me a little bit, because I think I'm gonna end up having to play like on the TV like this, because I'm not about to spend whatever ridiculous amount it was on a Pro controller. But I have a Switch 1 Pro controller, but it doesn't have the headphone jack. I mean, I know these don't, but it doesn't have like the whatever new Rumble features are, and I don't want to like sacrifice that experience. So, but yeah, these are easy to take off though when you do it the actual way. And then we've got the charger. Let's see, just a USB-C. Not even gonna yap about that. Oh wow, this is a big brick. Definitely way bigger than the other one was. Oh well, yeah, I guess the other one didn't really have a detachable charger, but it's good that they're returning to using like a typical charging format so that people don't accidentally fry their switches, which should mean that you don't have to go out and get another one of these for an external like another TV or something like that. You can just go and get, you know, practically anything. Then I guess the only thing we have remaining is the dock. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this like loop design at the top. That's really interesting. We got USB ports on it. This whole thing like just makes the console seem more premium in kind of like a 2015 sort of way for some reason to me. You've got, okay, so there's a lot of like ventilation and stuff on the bottom, it looks like. Let's see, can we open this back? Okay, so it's sort of like the other one, it stays on better. So you've got AC adapter, HDMI, and they do include, I don't know if I'm angling it right, but they do include a LAN port on this unit as well, which previously only the OLED Switch did. And sorry about my cat, she's upset that I'm closed the door. But all right, well, look at that. That is just crazy. This is the Switch 2. Let's put the controllers on it. Wow. That is just, this is amazing. I can tell that this is really going to be a premium console, and it is definitely much better than the other one was. So, all right, well, thank you guys for watching my unboxing. If you happen to stumble across this, stay tuned, because I am also going to be releasing a video on the setup of the device too. So stay tuned for that. You know, leave any comments, subscribe, all of that mess. Y'all have a good one.